Ladies and gentlemen, today let's talk about something we've all faced at some point, the delicate balance of self-respect in our relationships, our ambitions, and our everyday lives. The title of this talk is simple but profound: no begging, no chasing, no texting. Self-worth is a foundational aspect of human existence, yet it is often one of the most misunderstood and undervalued concepts. To truly embrace the principle of no begging, no chasing, no texting, one must first understand and internalize the notion that self-worth is non-negotiable. This means recognizing that your value does not fluctuate based on external circumstances, relationships, or societal standards. It is constant, intrinsic, and independent of what others think, do, or say. When people beg for attention, opportunities, or validation, they inadvertently send a message that their worth is contingent on someone else's approval or acceptance. This behavior stems from a lack of belief in their own value, leading them to seek reassurance or fulfillment from external sources. However, this approach is fundamentally flawed because it places your sense of self-worth in the hands of others, making it vulnerable to their moods, biases, and limitations. True self-worth comes from within, and it is something that no one else can grant or take away. Understanding that self-worth is non-negotiable begins with shifting the focus inward. Instead of asking, what do others think of me, or how can I make them like me, the question becomes, do I value myself? And how can I cultivate a deeper appreciation for who I am? This internal focus fosters a sense of confidence and resilience that is not easily shaken by external circumstances. It allows you to show up in the world authentically without feeling the need to prove your value through excessive effort or desperation. The act of begging, whether for attention, love, or opportunities, often stems from a place of fear of rejection, fear of being overlooked, or fear of not being enough. But when you truly understand your worth, you realize that rejection or being passed over does not diminish your value. Instead, it becomes an opportunity to redirect your energy toward people and situations that genuinely align with who you are. This mindset shift transforms begging into an act of self-preservation, where you choose to walk away from anything that does not honor your worth. Self-worth also involves setting boundaries. When you value yourself, you naturally establish limits on what you will and will not tolerate. This applies to relationships, work, and every other aspect of life. Without boundaries, you risk allowing others to dictate your value, which can lead to feelings of resentment, burnout, and inadequacy. By setting clear boundaries, you communicate to the world that you respect yourself and expect others to do the same. This not only protects your energy, but also attracts people and opportunities that align with your sense of self-worth. Another important aspect of embracing your self-worth is learning to differentiate between constructive self-improvement and unhealthy self-criticism. While it's natural to strive for growth and betterment, this should not come at the cost of your inherent value. Self-improvement should be driven by a desire to enhance your life, not by a belief that you are fundamentally flawed or unworthy. When you approach growth from a place of self-love, it becomes a positive and empowering journey rather than a desperate attempt to prove your worth. Moreover, understanding your self-worth allows you to step into your power and take ownership of your life. When you stop begging for what you want and instead focus on creating and attracting it, you reclaim control over your destiny. This shift in mindset empowers you to take proactive steps toward your goals rather than waiting for someone else to grant you permission or validation. It's about recognizing that you have the power to shape your reality and that you don't need to seek approval from anyone to pursue your dreams. It's also important to recognize that self-worth is not synonymous with arrogance or entitlement. Valuing yourself does not mean you consider yourself superior to others. Rather, it means you recognize your own unique value while also respecting the worth of those around you. This balanced perspective fosters healthy relationships and interactions, as it allows you to approach others from a place of confidence and mutual respect, rather than desperation or insecurity. Cultivating self-worth is a lifelong journey, and it often requires unlearning deeply ingrained beliefs and behaviors. Many people grow up with messages that their value is tied to their achievements, appearances, or relationships. Overcoming these societal and cultural narratives involves consistent self-reflection and self-compassion. It requires you to challenge negative self-talk, practice gratitude for your unique qualities, and surround yourself with people who uplift and support you. Self-worth is about recognizing that you are enough just as you are. It's about knowing that your value is not negotiable and that you do not need to beg, chase, or overextend yourself to prove it. When you embrace this truth, you begin to live with a sense of freedom and authenticity that transforms not only your relationships, but also your entire approach to life. You stop seeking validation from external sources and instead become the source of your own confidence and fulfillment. This is the power of knowing and embracing your self-worth. In relationships, opportunities, and many aspects of life, balance is essential for creating genuine connections and fostering mutual respect. Focusing on mutual effort means recognizing that all healthy interactions should be reciprocal. Both parties must contribute to maintaining the connection or dynamic. This principle applies not just to romantic relationships, but also to friendships, professional engagements, and even family dynamics. When you shift your mindset to prioritize mutual effort, you avoid falling into patterns of one-sided giving, which can lead to feelings of burnout, frustration, or being taken for granted. One-sided dynamics occur when one person consistently invests more energy, time, or resources than the other. This imbalance often arises when individuals feel compelled to prove their worth or secure someone's approval. In doing so, they unconsciously enable the other party to invest less, creating a lopsided relationship. This pattern can be exhausting and emotionally draining, as the person overextending themselves may feel unappreciated or undervalued. However, when you prioritize mutual effort, you establish a foundation of equality where both parties take responsibility for nurturing the connection. Mutual effort begins with clear communication and shared expectations. Both individuals need to understand what they bring to the table and what they expect in return. In relationships, this might mean discussing emotional needs, boundaries, and goals. In professional settings, it involves outlining roles, responsibilities, and contributions to the team or project. Establishing this clarity ensures that neither party feels overwhelmed or unsupported, fostering an environment where collaboration and trust can thrive. One of the key benefits of mutual effort is the sense of value it creates. When someone puts effort into maintaining a relationship or opportunity, it demonstrates their commitment and appreciation for the other person or the situation. This reciprocity strengthens the bond as both parties feel seen, respected, and valued. Conversely, a lack of mutual effort can erode trust and connection over time. When one person consistently does all the work, they may start to question whether the other truly cares, leading to resentment or disengagement. Recognizing when mutual effort is lacking is an important step in addressing imbalance. It requires honest self-reflection and observation of the dynamic. Are you constantly initiating conversations, making plans, or solving problems while the other party remains passive? Do you feel that your contributions are met with indifference or taken for granted? These are signs that the relationship or engagement may lack reciprocity. Addressing this imbalance requires courage and assertiveness, as it often involves setting boundaries or having difficult conversations to realign expectations. Establishing mutual effort is not about keeping score or ensuring every action is perfectly balanced. It's about ensuring that both parties are invested and willing to contribute meaningfully. Life is dynamic, and there will be times when one person may need to give more due to circumstances such as stress, illness, or other challenges. However, over time, the effort should even out, with each party stepping up when needed. This give and take creates a supportive and resilient connection that can weather challenges and adapt to changing circumstances. Self-respect plays a crucial role in maintaining mutual effort. When you value yourself, you are less likely to tolerate one-sided relationships or engagements. You recognize that your time and energy are valuable and should not be spent on situations that do not reciprocate your efforts. By asserting your worth and setting clear boundaries, you encourage others to meet you at the same level of investment. This does not mean demanding more than what the other person can realistically give, but rather ensuring that their contribution reflects genuine care and commitment. In fostering mutual effort, it's essential to lead by example. Demonstrating your willingness to invest time, energy, and thoughtfulness sets the tone for the relationship or opportunity. When others see your dedication and sincerity, they are more likely to respond in kind. However, if your efforts are met with apathy or minimal engagement, it's a clear sign to reevaluate the situation. Holding space for mutual effort also involves being willing to let go of connections that consistently lack reciprocity. Sometimes, walking away is the most respectful choice for yourself and the other party, as it creates room for relationships that align with your values and needs. It's also important to recognize that mutual effort extends beyond tangible actions. Emotional investment, active listening, and empathy are equally vital components. Taking the time to understand someone's perspective, offering support when needed, and showing appreciation for their contributions are all ways to create a balanced and fulfilling dynamic. These actions demonstrate not only your commitment to the relationship, but also your respect for the other person as an individual. Focusing on mutual effort creates relationships and opportunities rooted in respect, equality, and genuine connection. It eliminates the exhaustion and frustration that come from one-sided giving, replacing them with a sense of partnership and shared purpose. When you prioritize mutual effort, you build stronger, more authentic connections that enhance your life rather than drain your energy. By valuing yourself and expecting the same from others, you create a standard of interaction that fosters mutual growth and fulfillment. This approach not only enriches your relationships, but also reinforces your sense of self-worth, ensuring that every connection you nurture is truly worth your time and energy. The idea of letting attraction replace pursuit is a transformative mindset shift that can fundamentally change how we approach relationships, opportunities, and personal growth. In a world that often encourages individuals to chase after what they desire, be it love, career advancements, or social validation, this principle encourages a more organic, authentic way of engaging with life. When we stop chasing and instead focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts what we want, we cultivate a sense of confidence and self-awareness that not only enriches our lives, but also fosters healthier, more fulfilling connections with others. Chasing often stems from a place of insecurity or desperation. When we chase after someone's attention or affection, we may unconsciously convey that we are not worthy of being pursued. This can create a dynamic where we feel we need to prove ourselves or work harder to win someone over, which can ultimately lead to frustration and disappointment. By contrast, when we let attraction replace pursuit, we shift the focus from external validation to self-acceptance. This approach allows us to embody our true selves and project confidence, which naturally draws others toward us. Attractiveness is not solely about physical appearance. It encompasses our energy, mindset, and the way we interact with the world. When we cultivate qualities such as kindness, authenticity, and passion, we inherently become more attractive to others. This transformation requires introspection and self-growth as we learn to identify and embrace our unique qualities and strengths. When we focus on developing ourselves, we no longer feel the need to chase after external validation, as we are secure in our self-worth. Letting attraction replace pursuit means embracing the notion of alignment. When we stop chasing after people or opportunities that do not resonate with us, we open ourselves up to experiences that truly match our values and desires. This alignment creates a sense of flow, where we naturally attract what is meant for us without forcing or striving for it. Instead of viewing life as a series of obstacles to overcome, we can see it as a journey of discovery, where we trust that the right connections and opportunities will come our way when we remain authentic and true to ourselves. This mindset also encourages patience. In a fast-paced society that often values instant gratification, it can be challenging to embrace the idea that good things come to those who wait. However, when we focus on attraction rather than pursuit, we learn to appreciate the process of life. This patience allows us to cultivate deeper connections with others, as we are more likely to engage in meaningful conversations and interactions rather than superficial ones driven by urgency or desperation. In practical terms, letting attraction replace pursuit involves several key practices. First, it requires self-awareness. Understanding what makes us unique and what we truly want from relationships and experiences allows us to align our actions with our desires. This self-awareness also helps us recognize when we are slipping into old patterns of chasing, enabling us to recalibrate and refocus on attracting rather than pursuing. Another crucial aspect is setting boundaries. When we let go of the need to chase, we inherently create space for what is meant for us. This may involve saying no to situations or relationships that do not honor our self-worth or align with our values. By establishing these boundaries, we signal to ourselves and others that we are deserving of respect and reciprocity. This, in turn, attracts individuals who recognize and appreciate our worth. Fostering a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity is essential. When we operate from a place of abundance, we recognize that there are plenty of opportunities, connections, and experiences available to us. This perspective diminishes the fear of missing out or losing something we are chasing, allowing us to approach life with openness and curiosity. When we believe that what we desire is already within reach, we can let go of the need to chase after it and instead invite it into our lives. Cultivating attraction also involves engaging in activities that bring us joy and fulfillment. When we pursue our passions and interests, we naturally draw like-minded individuals toward us. These connections are often deeper and more meaningful because they are based on shared values and experiences rather than superficial pursuits. By focusing on what we love, we create an environment that fosters genuine attraction rather than forced interaction. The power of attraction is amplified when we embody self-love. When we truly value ourselves, we radiate a positive energy that attracts others. This self-love serves as a foundation for our relationships, as we no longer seek validation from external sources. Instead, we approach others from a place of wholeness, creating a dynamic where both parties can thrive. This positive energy not only enhances our attractiveness, but also cultivates a sense of belonging and connection with others. Letting attraction replace pursuit is about embracing the journey of self-discovery and growth. It requires us to trust that what we desire will come to us in due time if we remain authentic and true to ourselves. This approach fosters a sense of peace and contentment as we learn to appreciate the present moment rather than fixating on what we are trying to chase. By shifting our focus from pursuit to attraction, we create a life filled with meaningful connections, opportunities, and experiences that resonate with our true selves. This mindset not only enriches our lives, but also allows us to contribute positively to the lives of others, creating a cycle of attraction that enhances our relationships and our overall well-being. The idea of creating an emotionally healthy environment for relationships is fundamental to nurturing connections that are fulfilling and sustainable. An emotionally healthy environment fosters trust, respect, and open communication, which are essential components for any meaningful relationship. Whether it's a romantic partnership, a friendship, or a professional relationship, the emotional climate significantly influences how individuals interact, resolve conflicts, and support one another. By intentionally creating this type of environment, individuals can enhance their connections and cultivate a space where both parties feel safe and valued. An emotionally healthy environment begins with self-awareness. Before we can foster healthy dynamics with others, we must understand our own emotions, triggers, and behaviors. This self-awareness allows us to approach relationships with empathy and compassion as we become more attuned to how our actions and words affect those around us. When we recognize our emotional patterns, we can take responsibility for our reactions, ensuring that we do not project our unresolved issues onto others. This level of awareness not only benefits our personal growth, but also sets a positive example for those with whom we engage. Communication plays a pivotal role in establishing an emotionally healthy environment. Open and honest dialogue allows individuals to express their needs, desires, and concerns without fear of judgment or retaliation. When both parties feel comfortable sharing their thoughts and emotions, it strengthens the foundation of trust in the relationship. This kind of transparency encourages vulnerability, which is essential for creating deeper connections. When we can communicate authentically, we create a space where both individuals feel heard and understood, fostering a sense of belonging. Active listening is a crucial component of healthy communication. It involves not only hearing what the other person is saying, but also fully engaging with their perspective. Active listening means being present in the moment, avoiding distractions, and showing genuine interest in the other person's feelings and experiences. When individuals feel listened to and valued, they are more likely to reciprocate, creating a harmonious back and forth that reinforces the emotional bond between them. This practice of attentive listening cultivates respect and appreciation, laying the groundwork for a nurturing environment. Another vital aspect of creating an emotionally healthy environment is establishing boundaries. Boundaries define what is acceptable and what is not within a relationship, allowing individuals to protect their emotional well-being. Healthy boundaries are not about building walls instead. They are about creating a framework that promotes respect and understanding. When both parties are aware of each other's boundaries, they can navigate the relationship with greater awareness and consideration. This helps prevent misunderstandings and fosters a sense of safety, enabling individuals to express themselves freely without fear of overstepping or being overwhelmed. Conflict resolution is another critical element of an emotionally healthy environment. Disagreements are a natural part of any relationship, but how they are handled can significantly impact the emotional climate. Instead of avoiding conflict or resorting to unhealthy coping mechanisms, it is essential to approach disagreements with a constructive mindset. This involves staying calm, seeking to understand the other person's perspective, and finding common ground. When conflicts are addressed respectfully, they can lead to growth and deeper understanding rather than resentment or animosity. This willingness to engage in healthy conflict resolution reflects a commitment to maintaining the relationship and reinforces the emotional bond. Cultivating an atmosphere of positivity and support is equally important in creating an emotionally healthy environment. Celebrating each other's successes, offering encouragement during challenging times, and expressing gratitude can significantly enhance the emotional climate of a relationship. Positivity breeds resilience, helping both individuals navigate life's ups and downs together. When partners actively uplift one another, they reinforce a sense of partnership and solidarity, creating an environment where both feel valued and empowered. Self-care is essential for maintaining an emotionally healthy environment. Each individual must prioritize their emotional well-being to contribute positively to the relationship. When we take care of ourselves physically, emotionally, and mentally, we are better equipped to engage with others. This includes recognizing when we need time to recharge, seeking support when needed, and developing healthy coping mechanisms. When both individuals prioritize self-care, they create a more stable and nurturing emotional environment, as they are less likely to project their stress or unhappiness onto each other. Building emotional resilience is another vital aspect of fostering an emotionally healthy environment. Life is filled with uncertainties and challenges, and how individuals respond to adversity can significantly impact their relationships. When we cultivate resilience, we develop the ability to bounce back from setbacks and adapt to change. This not only benefits our emotional well-being, but also strengthens the relationship as both parties learn to support one another through difficulties. Emotional resilience fosters a sense of security, allowing individuals to face challenges together without fear of destabilizing their connection. Creating an emotionally healthy environment also involves embracing vulnerability. Vulnerability is often perceived as a weakness, but it is, in fact, a source of strength. When individuals allow themselves to be vulnerable with one another, they create a deeper sense of trust and intimacy. Sharing fears, insecurities, and dreams fosters connection and empathy, enabling both parties to understand each other on a more profound level. This shared vulnerability reinforces the emotional bond, creating a safe space where both individuals can grow and evolve together. Letting go of the need for validation is a transformative step toward cultivating genuine relationships and a fulfilling life. In a society that often equates self-worth with external approval, the pursuit of validation can lead to feelings of inadequacy and dependency. When we rely on others for our sense of self-worth, we put ourselves in a vulnerable position as our happiness becomes contingent upon external factors. By learning to let go of this need for validation, we can reclaim our self-esteem, cultivate authentic connections, and experience a greater sense of inner peace and fulfillment. At the core of the need for validation is a fear of rejection or inadequacy. Many individuals seek approval from others to feel accepted or valued. This can manifest in various ways, such as seeking compliments, fishing for praise, or conforming to others' expectations. While wanting recognition and approval is a natural human desire, it can become problematic when it overshadows our ability to recognize our worth from within. When we constantly seek validation, we inadvertently give others power over our self-esteem, allowing them to dictate how we feel about ourselves. This dependency can lead to a cycle of anxiety, as we may find ourselves overly concerned with how we are perceived by others. To break free from this cycle, it is essential to shift our focus inward. This process begins with self-reflection and self-awareness. We must take the time to identify our intrinsic values, strengths, and passions. By understanding what truly matters to us, we can cultivate a sense of self that is not reliant on others' opinions. This self-awareness allows us to develop a more authentic sense of identity, enabling us to navigate relationships with confidence and self-assuredness. When we embrace our true selves, we no longer feel the need to seek validation from others. Instead, we draw strength from our unique qualities and experiences. Practicing self-compassion is another crucial aspect of letting go of the need for validation. Many individuals are their harshest critics, often engaging in negative self-talk that undermines their self-esteem. To counteract this, it is essential to treat ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a friend. When we practice self-compassion, we acknowledge our flaws and shortcomings without judgment, recognizing that they are part of the human experience. This shift in perspective fosters resilience and a greater sense of self-worth, allowing us to embrace our imperfections as opportunities for growth rather than sources of shame. Cultivating a practice of gratitude can also aid in letting go of the need for validation. When we focus on what we are thankful for in our lives, we shift our attention away from seeking approval from others. Gratitude fosters a sense of contentment and appreciation for the present moment, helping us recognize the abundance in our lives. This perspective allows us to celebrate our achievements and progress without relying on external validation. Embracing the concept of intrinsic motivation is vital in the process of letting go of the need for validation. Intrinsic motivation refers to the drive to engage in activities for their inherent satisfaction rather than for external rewards or recognition. When we pursue our passions and interests solely for the joy they bring us, we cultivate a sense of fulfillment that is independent of others' opinions. This intrinsic motivation fuels our creativity, resilience, and overall well-being, allowing us to thrive in our personal and professional lives. By focusing on what brings us joy, we can shift our perspective away from seeking validation and instead celebrate our accomplishments for their own sake. It is also essential to recognize the role of social media in perpetuating the need for validation. In today's digital age, platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok often create an environment where individuals compare themselves to others, leading to feelings of inadequacy. The curated nature of social media can distort reality, making it easy to forget that everyone has their struggles and imperfections. To combat this, it is helpful to take breaks from social media or curate our feeds to include content that promotes positivity and authenticity. Engaging in mindfulness practices can also support the process of letting go of the need for validation. Mindfulness encourages us to remain present and observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, we can become more aware of the moments when we seek validation and explore the underlying reasons for this desire. This awareness allows us to challenge negative thought patterns and replace them with affirmations of self-worth. Mindfulness also fosters a sense of acceptance, helping us embrace ourselves as we are rather than striving for external approval. Surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals is vital in the journey of letting go of the need for validation. Building a network of friends, family, and mentors who appreciate us for who we are rather than what we achieve can create an environment where we feel valued and accepted. These connections remind us of our inherent worth and provide the encouragement we need to cultivate self-love. In such an environment, we can thrive without the pressure to seek validation, allowing our relationships to flourish based on mutual support and understanding. Letting go of the need for validation is a powerful and liberating step toward building authentic relationships and living a fulfilling life. By cultivating self-awareness, practicing self-compassion, establishing healthy boundaries and gratitude, and fostering intrinsic motivation, we can reclaim our self-worth from external influences. Additionally, engaging in mindfulness practices and surrounding ourselves with supportive individuals further reinforces our journey towards self-acceptance. As we learn to validate ourselves from within, we create a life filled with genuine connections and a deeper sense of inner peace, ultimately allowing us to flourish in all aspects of our lives. The importance of embracing self-growth cannot be overstated when discussing the concepts of no begging, no chasing, no texting. Embracing self-growth involves a commitment to continuous personal development, self-discovery, and emotional maturity. This journey empowers individuals to recognize their worth and understand their needs, leading to healthier relationships and a more fulfilling life. The process of self-growth encourages us to focus on ourselves rather than seeking external validation, and it helps us to develop resilience in the face of life's challenges. Self-growth begins with a willingness to engage in self-reflection. This introspective practice allows individuals to evaluate their beliefs, values, and emotional patterns. By taking the time to reflect on our experiences and how they shape our identity, we gain insights into our motivations and behaviors. This process can be uncomfortable at times, as it requires us to confront aspects of ourselves that we may prefer to ignore. However, this discomfort is essential for growth as it pushes us out of our comfort zones and encourages us to confront limiting beliefs. Recognizing our thought patterns and how they influence our behavior can empower us to make more conscious choices in our lives and relationships. As we embark on the journey of self-growth, it is crucial to set clear goals. Goal setting provides direction and purpose, guiding our efforts towards specific outcomes. These goals can encompass various aspects of our lives, including emotional, intellectual, physical, and social growth. By articulating our aspirations, we create a roadmap that helps us navigate our personal development journey. Furthermore, setting achievable goals allows us to celebrate our progress, reinforcing our motivation to continue evolving. Equally important is the practice of self-compassion throughout the journey of self-growth. As we work to improve ourselves, we must also recognize that growth is not linear, and that setbacks are a natural part of the process. Instead of being overly critical of ourselves when we encounter obstacles, we should approach these challenges with kindness and understanding. Self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same care and support we would offer to a friend. By practicing self-compassion, we create a nurturing environment that fosters resilience and encourages us to learn from our experiences rather than dwell on our mistakes. This mindset shift allows us to view setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than as failures, ultimately helping us stay committed to our self-improvement journey. In addition to self-reflection and goal setting, seeking knowledge and new experiences plays a vital role in self-growth. Engaging in lifelong learning can take many forms, including reading books, attending workshops, enrolling in courses, or exploring new hobbies. By exposing ourselves to diverse perspectives and experiences, we expand our understanding of the world and gain valuable insights that contribute to our personal development. This commitment to learning fosters curiosity and adaptability, qualities that are essential for navigating the complexities of life. Embracing new experiences also encourages us to step outside our comfort zones, helping us build confidence and resilience. Another crucial aspect of embracing self-growth is cultivating emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence involves recognizing, understanding, and managing our emotions while also empathizing with the feelings of others. By developing emotional intelligence, we can enhance our interpersonal skills, improve our communication, and foster healthier relationships. This skill set enables us to navigate conflicts with greater ease, as we learn to approach disagreements with empathy and understanding rather than defensiveness or aggression. Additionally, emotional intelligence empowers us to set appropriate boundaries and advocate for our needs without resorting to begging or chasing. As we become more attuned to our emotions, we cultivate a greater sense of self-awareness that enhances our ability to navigate the complexities of human relationships. As we embrace self-growth, it is also essential to surround ourselves with supportive and like-minded individuals. The relationships we cultivate significantly influence our personal development journey. By surrounding ourselves with people who encourage our growth, we create a positive and uplifting environment that fosters self-improvement. These individuals can provide guidance, support, and accountability as we work toward our goals. Furthermore, engaging in discussions with others who share our aspirations can inspire new ideas and perspectives, enriching our growth experience. It is important to recognize and distance ourselves from relationships that are toxic or draining, as these connections can hinder our progress and lead to self-doubt. Practicing gratitude is another powerful tool for fostering self-growth. When we cultivate a mindset of gratitude, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. This shift allows us to appreciate our strengths, achievements, and the positive aspects of our lives. By regularly reflecting on the things we are thankful for, we reinforce a sense of self-worth that is rooted in our experiences rather than in external validation. Gratitude fosters a positive outlook on life, enabling us to navigate challenges with resilience and a sense of purpose. This practice not only enhances our personal growth, but also contributes to our overall well-being. It is essential to recognize that the journey of self-growth is ongoing. Personal development is not a destination, but a lifelong commitment to becoming the best version of ourselves. As we continue to learn, evolve, and adapt to new circumstances, we must remain open to change and willing to reassess our goals and values. Embracing self-growth means being patient with ourselves, recognizing that progress takes time, and celebrating the small victories along the way. By fostering a growth mindset and committing to lifelong learning, we can navigate the complexities of life with confidence, resilience, and a deep sense of fulfillment.